right, man, you know, I slept in, you know, damn near to like noon, 1 o'clock, but here we are now, man, because just had to get some sleep, man. But we back at it for another new week, so let's do it. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And new week of stand up, like I said, man, and we back at it again. And we're gonna start off the new stand up week with another fella that I have not gotten to before on the channel. And let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna get into some TK Kirkland today. Okay, well, I know who TK Kirkland is a little bit, you know. I heard of his name for quite some years before I'd actually seen him for the first time. And the first thing I ever saw of him was, you know, it was a video where he was talking to some heckler in the audience or something like that. Almost came to blows maybe or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it was kind of funny, kind of harsh at the same time. But yeah, this dude's pretty funny, you know, but for the most part, I've seen him on like Vlad TV interviews and stuff like that. And he's just a really funny dude, man. I think he's got a really interesting point of view on things, you know, and that's something I can get behind. I don't agree with everything he says, but still, man, he's a good dude from what I've seen. And we're gonna see what he's talking about with this one right here. And this, the title of this one is gonna be, oh God, I dated a 72-year-old woman. Okay, well, hey, man, hey. I don't know how old TK Kirkland is. I don't know if he's that close to that age. Maybe he was talking about when he was younger. I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. Can't talk too well with this in here, man. Put that out to the side. I'll throw you away later. Yeah, slurring my speech, got juice built up. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, man. I'd say as men, we all have some stories that that we are maybe not so much ashamed of, but we don't want people to know about them just because it was a time in our life where our brain was a little foggy. Some people might equate that to shame, I don't know, but hey, I'm in my own little world too. But yeah, the title of this one is pretty damn funny, and that's why I remember coming across, I was like, okay, yes, I haven't done TK Kirkland before, but I'm gonna do this one, and this title is insane sounding. So yes, enough talk, we're gonna get into it like I said. TK Kirkland with I dated a 72-year-old woman. And if you like this reaction, please boom on the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple zingers at your boy. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? You already know the deal, so please make sure it gets followed. Please and thank you for that. Well, it's my day off today and a day off tomorrow, so I get to recoup, you know, but I did almost really just completely sleep in for all day, but then I woke up at like a little afternoon and I was like, oh snap, I gotta get to work for my people out there that are subscribed to me. Looking forward to some laughs. So yeah, I can't slide on that. So yeah, man, I'm here and we're here to have some more laughs. So let's go ahead and get into it. TK Kirkland with I dated a 72-year-old woman right here on Eddie B TV. New week of stand up, y'all. Let's get back to the laughs and have a great time, shall we? Yes, wearing my mirror in this fit, as you can see. Yeah, if we didn't win yesterday, I was about to flash like a motherfucker. All right, let's get situated with this one here, and here we go. Oh yeah.
Cause some of y'all in here thinking about getting married. You not qualified to be motherfucking married, you dumb motherfuckers. You ain't traveled the world. You ain't date different bitches. You fuck 2, 3 bitches in your life and you want to settle down. Who the fuck raised you?
Exactly.
You got to travel this world because marriage is a powerful motherfucking thing. Have you heard of vows? Vows are serious. It says for better or for worse. For sickness and health, to death do us part. You know why I'm not married? Because I know who the fuck I am. Because if my bitch got sick, I'm taking you to your mama house. I'm not that nigga. I'm not the nigga to be taking you to the doctor and trying to figure shit out. All I'm gonna be thinking about is out of all the hoes I fucked in the world, I got the bitch that got sick. This ain't motherfucking right. I got the bitch that got sick. This ain't fair.
No, it's not fair.
Because I built up a cold roster by 2019 over my 60-something years on this earth. And by 2019, I had some of the baddest bitches a nigga could ever think of. But when that COVID came, it knocked my hoes off they square. Because I was fucking with bitches that didn't have strong immune systems.
Oh, damn.
I was fucking with bitches that didn't have the antibodies. So one of my hoes died during COVID, you know? Now, I'm a player, you know? If I fuck any nigga, girl, nigga, I buy the nigga something. I think it's wrong that I'm fucking your girl and you don't get a few things, you know? Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. No, I'm for real. I think it's fucked up. If I'm fucking any nigga bitch in here and we fly out of the country, Turks and Caicos, nigga, motherfucking London, Paris, when we coming back with gifts. For you. So during the pandemic, one of my hoes died. And we had to have a funeral on Zoom, you know, because the funeral was backed up. You couldn't get in there, you know. And I didn't know she died, so I'm jogging one day, and one of her girlfriends rolled up on me, blowing the horn and said, TK, did you hear? I'm like, what? She said, Kathy died. I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, I've been calling. I wonder what happened. She wasn't answering my call. I thought a nigga found my number and blocked me. She said, no, so she gave me the link, and I went to bed sad. Woke up the next morning, took a nice shower, came downstairs, put my name on Zoom, and all of a sudden her bitch-ass husband want to be emotional this fucking day. He gonna get up during the service and go talk to the funeral director and say, look, that's TK Kirkland on Zoom. He's been having an affair with my wife for 15 years. Is there any way we could block him?
Oh, real?
And the funeral director was like, look, I embalm people, I don't block nobody. So this nigga gonna come back, take his jacket off, and throw it over the camera. Nah, don't laugh. I bought that nigga that jacket. In 2005, I thought it was motherfucking disrespectful.
Oh, shit.
So I started jogging a lot, because that's how I stay young and, you know, take care of myself. And I stay moisturized, you know. So I picked up a bitch at a park named Beatz, 72 years old, nigga. You know? Now, you laugh. Beatz got her shit together. She took care of her body. She looked good. And when I sat down, when you talk to older women, the conversation is different, young men. You know, as soon as I sat down, I said, excuse me, who's your phone provider? And she says, I'm with AT&T. I said, I'm with AT&T too, but because of my age, I'm thinking about downsizing. She said, who you about to rock with? I said, Consumer Cellular. She said, you know what? I'm thinking about rocking with them too. Would you like to come over for dinner tonight? I said, I sure would. Now, I went home and took a nap. You understand? Now, most young people think when an OG take a nap, we old. Nah, nigga, we know how to manage our motherfucking time. Now, Beatrice is 72 years old. I'm in my 60s. We know we fucking tonight. Ain't no time to get to know each other, because tomorrow ain't promised us.
Okay.
So I took a nap, nigga, and woke up, took a nice shower, and I'm like, what kind of cologne can I represent my generation? You know? So I know that y'all got Tom Ford and East St. Laurent, nigga, but I broke out the Old Spice on this bitch, nigga.
Oh,
Took the top off, put that on my 2 fingers, and popped it on my motherfucking neck, and took some Johnson & Johnson baby powder, threw it on my chest, and put it on my balls, and made sure I opened my legs, and went left to the right to make sure the powder get both the motherfucking balls. You young niggas don't know nothing about that shit, nigga. You don't know nothing about that, you know? And when I pulled up in the driveway, she came up with this nice, sexy dress on, and she said, would you like to eat? I said, I would love something to eat. So we had asparagus and baked fish. It was very tasty. It was very delicious, you know? So we sat in there talking, and after we ate, I helped her put the dishes in the dishwasher. And we went into the living room, and she said, would you like to watch Ozark? I said, I would love to. Oh, my God. And I know she had a bottle of Louis XIII on the counter. I said, is that Louis XIII? She said, it sure is. I said, would you mind if I have a sip of your Louis XIII? So Louis XIII is about $305 a shot if you know about alcohol. I know I poured about $1,200 worth of motherfucking Louis XIII. So we sat on the couch and shit, and my sock game is cold. And let me put you young niggas up on game. See, everything about you under your clothes got to be motherfucking important. Your underwear got to be just as important as your motherfucking cologne. Because if your sock game is fucked up, then you're not taking care of your motherfucking self. So let me put you ladies up on some game. If a nigga take his shirt off and he got a tank top on and it's loose around the chest area, that nigga had that on for a couple days. If he takes his pants off and his underwear is real wrinkly, that nigga had that on for a while. And if a nigga ever come out of the bathroom to fuck you and he got his socks on, stop him and say, let me see the bottom of your socks. Look at him in his eye and say, let me see the bottom of your socks. And watch that nigga dick go down. Why you want to see the bottom of my motherfucking socks? It's so important. So we sitting in the living room, and I got my arm around her because I ain't gonna waste no time. And I kissed her on the neck, and I knew it was gonna be a nice evening because the bitch said, and I said, nigga, it's about to be on like a motherfucker up in here. So I dropped my phone by accident. When I went down, I came around to try to put my tongue on her pussy. So when I came around, I took the legs back. She said, oh, stop, my knee hurt. I just had surgery. Don't push it back too motherfucking far. I'm like, damn. She said, but you could come upstairs to my bedroom. Oh. So we walking up the steps. I got my dick card and my sweats down to my ankles. She walking with the limp. And when we walked into the bedroom, I fell in love, young niggas. Let me tell you, these old bitches got their shit together. You hear me? Because when I walked in the bedroom, this bitch had the sleep number mattress, nigga. This bitch had the sleep number mattress. These young bitches don't know nothing about no sleep number mattress.
No, they don't.
And I fucked the hell out of Beatz on that motherfucking mattress. And I don't know where these old bitches get them 9,000 thread count sheets from, nigga. But after you fuck them, it's like little people massaging your back and your calf muscle. When you pull the blanket up to go to sleep, you smell all the Downy and the fabric softener. These young bitches don't know about Downy and motherfucking fabric softener, you know? So I went in the fetal position. So about 3:30, she started elbowing me. And she said, Mr. Kirkland, you know, it wasn't TK no more. She called me Mr. Kirkland because out of respect, because the dick was fabulous, you know what I'm saying? So I looked over my shoulder, I said, yes, baby. She said, what number you want on your side of the mattress? I said, nigga, you smooth than a motherfucking nigga. And I looked over my shoulder, I said, I'll take 73, baby. I'll take 73. You know? And old bitches, when they love you and they got their shit together, they get up early in the morning, cook a nigga muffins, nigga. Listen to me. These young bitches don't know nothing about no motherfucking muffins.
Yeah.
And bitches brought them muffins upstairs and laid that shit right on the nightstand and had a mitten on and was waving the aroma in my motherfucking nose. I'm trying to keep my eyes closed because I know she's staring at me. I'm trying to pretend that I'm asleep, but I couldn't hold my eyes closed anymore. So when I opened them, she was staring dead in my motherfucking eye. So I had to act like I was asleep. I said, Beatrice? And she said, yes. I said, is there muffins? And she had on this 1800 fucking roll. I had never seen a roll this big before. And the bitch had one of them big pockets, big as a thigh. And the bitch put her hand in the pocket and brought out a cup of hot chocolate on a motherfucking saucer with whipped cream and laid it on the nightstand, nigga, and had Kirsty chips in her hand and crushed that motherfucker all on the hot chocolate. Nigga, I don't know about y'all. Give Beaches a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Give Beaches a round of applause.
Yes. Oh my goodness, man. That is what I'm talking about right there. Oh man. Old boy brought back a lot of memories for me just now, man. And yes, I'm gonna share some things with y'all, but man, oh man. See, this is why I was so hesitant for a little bit to get to TK Kirkland, because I liked what I'd seen from him so far, but you know, when it came to doing his stand-up on some real shit, you know, I didn't think that I didn't want to be disappointed, man. But you know something, man? This was an awesome bit right here, man. Very awesome. All right, y'all. That was TK Kirkland with I Dated a 72-year-old Woman. Well, man, I hate sometimes that, you know, certain things get me vulnerable and I feel like opening up a little bit. But you know what? I'm going to open up a little bit for y'all right now, man. Now, as most of you guys do know, who really tune into your boy Eddie B here, I've been with my lady, you know, for a little over 7 years now, and you know, she's got 10 years on me. You know, I'm 37, she's 47. You know, and you know, one thing about us, we came into each other's lives in a very at a difficult time. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get specific on that, but it was a difficult time. But one of the things about me and my lady that's kind of like a taboo subject is marriage, you know? And marriage is not on my to-do list for my entire life. I don't believe in the institution. I know who I am as a person, but at the same time, I ain't got nothing to do with sleeping around. I'm getting older now. I ain't got no time for that nonsense, man. But one thing about me, though, is that I don't believe in the institution because I believe that marriage ruins relationships, man. Maybe not for the old school, because back then people got married for a different reason and people had their shit together in a different way that nobody does today. But, you know, I just never believed in it from the time I could comprehend. You know, it's just like, why Well, I need this to show that I love you more. Like, I love you very much, and I'm gonna love you more with each passing day. Like, why do we need this? Well, because it's what you're supposed. Yeah, you think it's what you're supposed to do. Man. If any one of y'all out there are married, more power to you. I hope it works out, and I'm not discouraging anybody from what they want to do. But the problem is, whenever I start talking, people always want to discourage me. Like, why don't you want to get married, man? You're grown now. I'm like, what the fuck does marriage have to do with being grown? Nothing. Why? Because as soon as you're 18, you're allowed to get married. So being married ain't got nothing to do with being grown. 18-year-olds ain't grown. I was 18 years old, man, for crying out loud. But what he was talking about in the beginning was real. Like, you have to explore this world that we living in before you even thinking about settling down with somebody. Even if you're not gonna marry them, if you're just gonna be with them for the rest of your life, you gotta explore some shit, man. I had to explore a lot, man, because I got turned out very early in life, man. You know, like sex for me was not so important, you know, prepubescent and all that. You know, I was always thinking to myself, corny, you know. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a beautiful wife, kids, white picket fence, all that stuff. And then I had sex for the first time, you know, and then, you know, officially for the first time. I had some trauma go on in my life early on. I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't want no female saying they don't believe me, and I don't want no dude saying, are you alright? Nah, shut the hell up. But yeah, man, like as far as like, you know, all the stuff he was talking about, I ain't down with everything he said in there, you know, because some things are just, you know, different from person to person. But nah, man, I never, one of my things is I don't sleep with other men's women. Okay, I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is, and I'm gonna add a little story to this, the reason I don't do it because it's disrespectful. All right. And another thing is that the only reason that I ever did, you know, is because he disrespected me in a way that was completely unnecessary. All right? I'll give you a quick little story. I was working at McDonald's a long time ago. I was 19 years old, and a cool female coworker of mine, I won't say her name, but she was very nice to me. We got along good. We only spoke to each other at work, and it was what it was. It was fine. And she told me she had a man, and then I was like, damn, man, I can't take advantage. No, she had a nice, beautiful, fat ass, man. Just cute as hell. And she had the kind of personality I can link with. So she had a dude, so I left it alone. But then one day her dude come in looking for her, and I'm like, oh yeah, can you tell me where such and such is? And then I'm just like, well, she's in the back right now on a break. You want me to go get her? And then he just looked at me with this scowl, with this messed up look out of nowhere, like, yeah, man, that's why I want to know where she is, man. Go get her. And I'm like, okay, first of all, motherfucker, who you talking to like that, man? You don't know me and I don't know you, so what's with the disrespect, you know? And he really carried that on, you know? He started thinking that there was already something going on with me and this woman, which there was not, because if there was, I'd have no problem telling y'all. So then I made a promise. I'm like, okay. See, I already know by the way he acting that some shit's about to go south in their relationship. So I just thought, okay, as soon as something goes bad and she come into work one day sad, looking for a shoulder to cry on, oh yeah, I'm pushing up on her now, because now you done shown me that you ain't got no respect for your fellow man. So yeah, man, she came in crying, oh man, you know, whatever, you know, he's being a dick and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? Why don't you come over to my house tonight? You know, we can kick it. You know what I mean? I was kicking it with my roommate at the time, B-Rob. You know what I mean? I've told you about him. I said, why don't you come over to my house? You know what I mean? We can relax. You know, ain't no funny business, nothing like that. And I really didn't have no intentions of doing anything at the time. You know, she warmed up to me, and then things went the way they went. So that's all there was to that. And our little fling didn't last very long or whatever. She went on with her ways and I went on with mine. You know, we kept in touch for a long time after the fact, but now she's living her life now wherever she is. And if you ever did see this, because I don't know who's watching me, you know, like that, but if you ever did see this, just know, you're always one of my cool people, Miss Lady. Just know I think about you sometimes. It's like, I wonder what she up to. But yeah, I don't do things like that. But as far as like, let me skip ahead because so much stuff in this, it was a long clip. My go-to cologne these days is something. It's a Chanel cologne. You know what I mean? It's a pretty decent smell. You know, got it on right now, man. I smell beautiful right now. But when I was coming up, man, my cologne to go to, man, believe it or not, I got a thing of cologne from my birthday from a chick who ended up, you know, cheating on me. You know what I mean? It was called Preferred Stock. It smelled great, you know. And then, of course, later on, I got older, then I was into some CK1. I think that's a classic for some dudes. And then as I grew older, I got into some other stuff, man, that was kind of like weird smelling, like musk colognes and stuff like that. I had this, hold on, let me get this stuff out of here. I got spiders and stuff, okay. Yeah, I got into some stuff called Stetson, you know what I mean? And then I got into some Adidas Sport. That stuff smelled beautiful. And here I am now with the Chanel stuff, man, because I don't really go hard with colognes. But I will say this, in my early 20s, all right, I was about 22 at the time, I think. Yeah, 22, somewhere around there. And I dated a woman that was, when I first met her, she was 49. Yeah, because one thing about me, I got mommy issues, okay? Me and my mom don't have the best relationship. She didn't raise me, my grandparents did, so I got issues in the brain. But one thing that was so cool about her is that she knew how to tap into what a man likes, you know, how he wants to feel comfortable and all that. And she wasn't 72, you know, I was a little bit too young for that because he was talking about that being in his 60s, being with a 72-year-old woman. So it's a little bit more, makes sense a little bit more for TK. But she knew she had comfortable surroundings. And I told her about my OCD and how I trip out sometimes about how things ain't tidy. She was tidy by nature, you know what I mean? It was just like awesome. Her house looked nice, you know what I mean? She drove a decent car. She didn't have no mess in there. No, she always kept everything nice and clean. And I always appreciate that from any woman that I've ever been with, which has been few and far in between, but still, that's another story. But yeah, man, it's like, why do people always want to get with the things that they know aren't good for them just because sex might be good 1 or 2 times, man? If you find yourself only desiring sex from a person, then they ain't got nothing to offer you. You know what I mean? It's a trippy thing, but you know, this woman, we only had sex probably in the span of a few months of kicking it with this woman. We only had sex probably about maybe 10, maybe 11 times, something like that. Because whenever we hooked up, it wasn't about just hooking up in the bedroom. It was an experience, you know? She liked the things that I had to talk about. She said that I was good at having conversations, and in her, she knew how to not rattle on about shit that didn't mean anything to me. She knew how to keep everything cool, you know? And that was just so awesome to me. And plus, she knew how to cook her ass off, man. I told her what some of my favorite foods were, and she reeled me in with that, man. She reeled me in with that. Because I thought she was just asking because she wanted to know stuff about me. No, she was taking notes, man. And then overall, man, it's just funny how different relationships can end up teaching you things, you know? Because like I said, the girl from McDonald's that I worked with, man, she taught me some things, you know, that I carry with me to this day, and I appreciate her for that. And Miss 49, you know, she taught me some stuff too that I still carry with me, you know? That's why I always think about things. Sometimes the females that you get with, you don't gotta settle down with them just because you had some good times. Sometimes they there just to teach you some things. And you there for them to teach them some things too. Hopefully, whatever I was saying to them, they took with them to whatever relationships they in, and it's all good. But yeah, man, I definitely give a round of applause to I'm Beatrice. I think that's what he said her name was. He was saying it pretty fast, like Beaches or something like that. But I'm saying Beatrice. But I had weird encounters, man, and one thing about those weird encounters was it really threw marriage completely out of my realm of thought, man. I was just like, nah, with all this different stuff out here, how the hell could I ever imagine myself saying I love one woman so much do I want to marry her? Like, nah, man. It's like I love my woman to death that I'm with right now, but at the same time, man, I still have desires, you know, I still have temptations. I don't cave into them or nothing, but if I still have them, I mean, what does that say about going into a marriage saying for better or for worse, for sickness and health? Like, marriage to me is a joke of an institution to me, just to me. But at the same time, if you're gonna do it, that's permanent, man. I don't believe in marriage, but one thing I definitely don't believe in is divorce. Because if you get divorced, man, that's like the stupidest thing you could ever do. Like, a lot of people like when they say, oh, it has to be done because this relationship was toxic. I'm like, well, you picked it. You know what I mean? I picked the relationships I've been in, man. And if I want to get out of it without any, added insult to injury, why would I want to be married to that person? Say, well, you have to understand. No, I don't have to understand nothing. I have to do what I have to do for me. And that's all there is to it. I haven't even traveled the world. I haven't even left this country, but I've been all over this country. And and I ended up where I ended up, you know, and some things I wish I could take back. I don't have any regrets, but still, man, if I could have did some things differently, I probably would have, maybe. Well, who knows? But you know, like the COVID stuff, man, it's a good thing that I was with somebody, with my lady during the COVID thing, because if I was single throughout this whole thing, I probably would have got sick just because I wouldn't have been able to be alone. I would have been like scouring the city looking for other irresponsible females to hook up with when they probably, you want to come over? I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to come over. But yeah, man, this is a funny bit from TK Kirkland, man. It's like whenever I listen to him talk, he always got like this suave philosopher type feel to him. You know, he does get funny with it, and he does say some outlandish shit, man. But he's always funny, and no matter what I hear from him, man, he's always got some cool stuff to say. Even if I don't agree with everything, man, he's definitely got his act together. And he said he in his 60s and he looked like that. That man looked like at the very least he in his 40s. So he really must be taking care of himself. Man, I'm 37, and you see me, I still look smooth. I look young and all that. Yeah, I shaved today and all that because I had to do a little reset. I had to do that from time to time. But yeah, man, I think I'm going to hit 50 and I'm going to still look like this. I'm going to have the Ralph Macchio thing going on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, very funny bit from TK Kirkland, man. I know I'm rambling on a little bit too much, but hopefully y'all can take a little something from what I said here, and I still be listening to y'all with the comments and all that stuff. So yeah, very funny bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, TK Kirkland with "I dated a 72-year-old woman." And if you like that reaction, please boom on the like button for me. One more time, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple zingers at your boy. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, and let's keep it that way, please and thank you one more time. So yeah, this is gonna be Eddie BTV signing off. One more again here. New start to the stand-up week, man. I like Chocolate Sundaes Comedy Show, man. They really do got a lot of scattered bits that I really do like getting to for the beginning of the weeks, you know. I'm gonna switch it up, obviously, sometimes, you know, but they've been really on a winning streak with us starting off the week. I like the comedians I've gotten to, and they just really have interesting stories and all that stuff, man, and that's a good way to start the week, but I'm gonna flip it up, switch it up once in a blue moon, just to make sure I'm keeping it fresh and I'm not just being too repetitive with the stuff I'm reacting to. But I was glad to get to this one, man. It was funny as hell and informative at the same time. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. One more time to this one, man. TK Kirkland, man. If you got any favorite bits from him, and I know he's established, and I know that he's got classics. So I haven't seen damn near nothing, but I had to finally get to something from him, and I'm glad it was this one, because it's a very interesting story. So keep all the suggestions coming, man, and hopefully I can get to another one from TK in good time and have more laughs and good times. So yeah, until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.